The Hemlock Stone, written by Michael Blount. Michael was just 7 years old and incredibly excited to receive a new tent for Christmas. His older brother John promised to take him camping. So they set off to a place called the Hemlock Stone in Nottinghamshire. The Hemlock Stone was a massive rock in a field next to a tiny tree with giant branches. It was said that if you stood and looked up at the stone at night, when the moon shone bright, the stone would shake and tremble. Michael and his brother set up the tent next to the tiny tree with giant branches while it was still light. It was beginning to get dark. Michael and John were sitting inside the tent when Michael asked,
"What shall we do tomorrow?"
"What would you like to do?" asked John.
"Let's climb the Hemlock Stone."
"It's too high for you to climb, don't you think?" said John.
"But I could try,"
said Michael. John replied, "I want to go to sleep. I know it's dark outside, but take my torch and go and look how high it is." Michael stood there looking at the stone, and the moon shone bright in the sky. Michael was surprised to see that the Hemlock Stone appeared to touch the sky. Suddenly, the stone began to shake and tremble, shrinking smaller and smaller until it was so small that Michael was able to climb on top of it. But then the stone started to grow bigger and bigger until it became so big that Michael couldn't see the ground beneath him.
"What shall I do?"
he shouted. Just then, the tiny tree with giant branches heard Michael shouting and began to shake and tremble. The tiny tree grew bigger and bigger until it reached the size of the Hemlock Stone.
"Hold tight! Hold on to my branches!"
Michael clung tightly as the giant tree shook and trembled, gradually getting smaller and smaller, until it was small enough for him to climb down to the ground. Michael was incredibly grateful to the tiny tree.
"Thank you for saving me,"
he said. The next morning, Michael woke up nice and early to tell John all about climbing the Hemlock Stone. "You were dreaming."
"No, it really happened. Come with me tonight and see."